Welcome to another episode of Core Discussions. I'm Legacy.
And I'm Max.
Bobby.
Vitamin J.
All right. So today we're in for another fun, hot top 10s. But before we get to that, I do want to say again, please like, subscribe, share it out. We are averaging like 200 views, so there's a lot of people watching that are not subscribing. So please go ahead, subscribe or like all of that or do it all. Again, thank you to all who comment as well. So thank you all, and let's start the show. So, are you all ready for today? What we're gonna get into for today?
Tell them
Always
what we
ready.
get into.
All right. So to get ready for the time, we're going to be doing some Halloween themed episodes. So today we're going to be doing top 10 horror movie villains. You guys can all get excited
A
and ready
topic
for
that's
that.
never been done before. We know.
And to elaborate a little bit, this is not who we think is maybe the best ones. This is just our favorite ones. To make that clear. Yeah.
Much more fun, more interaction, more things to do. Now, everybody sent me a list that is on screen. I'm the only one who did not participate because some of you all who know, or the ones who haven't known from other horror episodes, I am not a horror fan. I will watch and participate in quizzes, but my knowledge is very little. So to not sully the integrity of this top tens, I stepped out just to keep this pure and let the aficionados go on this one.
Yeah, thank you. We'll handle it from here.
But I still got to organize, which is sometimes fun when I get to just organize. Yep. So before we start, if Bobby can do his ever so popular tagline.
All right, everybody. Good evening, everyone.
Let's do this.
And it pisses Hunter off, which is always
it always makes it worth it.
Well done. So let's go ahead and start with this list. We had a total of 20 different horror villains. Our top 4 were voted on by everybody. Number 10 is the only one of the list that was only voted on by one person. I'm actually surprised it was only voted on by one person. If I was doing the list, I probably would have voted for this. Coming from what we have all called arguably the manliest movie of all time, with the most amount of beef in it. Despite the first one really being good, the second one doing all right, and from then it's kind of trying to find itself. It is D3's number 4. It is Predator.
Y'all didn't vote for the Predator?
No, sorry.
No,
I couldn't
the main
find
reason
it.
I didn't. The main reason I didn't is because I don't consider Predator to be a horror movie, to me. So I didn't put it in there.
I considered it and I still didn't do it.
I mean, one, he has one of the coolest designs.
Yes, he looks good.
And then, I mean, guys, he went toe to toe with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, come on.
He lost though.
You one ugly motherfucker.
He did.
It looks, but he killed a lot along the way.
But it's like a horror action to what Predator is. I mean, but
There's some horror elements, especially when you hear it laugh. When it copies the laugh, that's creepy.
Yeah, I did like that part.
And look, and to make it a rebound, because Prey was a good movie. Wasn't as good as the first one, obviously, but it was better than the rest of them.
It's probably the second best one, because I haven't seen all of them, but I saw the second one, and that was awful.
I mean, the bar is very low after the first. And that's the only reason why it wasn't higher on my list, is because the rest of the movies are just garbage. And it's hard to rate higher.
To be fair, if we talk about who I think we're talking about, most of the movies and both of the and many of the characters series are pretty bad.
Yes, but at least they have more than one good movie.
Yeah.
I do like how, the Predator, he can just kill you in a multitude of ways, and pretty much he just do whatever he wants to you. And make it a quick fight, unless you're Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And
Sorry, I just couldn't find room. I have a solid list, but
well, your list is wrong.
some important people were cut.
Your list is wrong.
but a very good killer. I mean, has alien technology in good shape.
Look, in the newest one, it kills a bear. I mean, just...
I'm not impressed with that. We've seen it kill a xenomorph.
Yeah, if you have never seen Predator, watch it.
All right, we're going to move into our number 9. Coming in with 8 points was voted on by 2 people, Vitamin J and Max was Vitamin J's number 9. It was Max's number 5. This character had a great portrayal in American Psycho by Christian Bale. It is Patrick Bateman.
You're not gonna get a better portrayal of Patrick Bateman than
Oh,
Christian
the
Bale.
guy who dies in the first couple minutes of American Psycho 2.
Yeah.
That's not canon in my head. That movie never happened.
Now, it wasn't supposed to be an American Psycho sequel, but they made it.
If no one has seen that movie, does it truly exist?
Yes, I saw the kill count for it.
But anyways, let's talk about Patrick Bateman. Why he should make the list. One, those muscles. Have you seen those muscles? No, I'm kidding. But no, he just plays like this, just cold, pretty much dead inside character. How he just has no value on humanity.
There is an idea of a Patrick Bateman, some kind of abstraction. But there is no real me, only an entity, something illusory. And though I can hide my cold gaze, and you can shake my hand and feel flesh gripping yours, and maybe you can even sense our lifestyles are probably comparable, I simply am not there.
And he's just watching this guy lose his grip on reality. The themes throughout the movie are pretty good too, but him as a character, just seeing that just descent into madness was a pretty cool watch.
No, I mean, I liked it. It was a very memorable performance. It was a nice little satire on, like, they're kind of making fun of the wealthy class with Bateman.
I really liked the scene where he was chasing a girl with a chainsaw.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, just how devoid of empathy he was. So he just, did stuff he didn't care about. Like he didn't care about anybody.
And of course, it has probably the most classic scene in it that most people have seen is Huey in the News. Huey in the News scene. Yeah. So most people have probably seen that parody before. I actually seen Huey Lewis do his own version of that skit. It was pretty funny.
Is that a raincoat?
Yes, it is. In 2005, Lionsgate released this, The Uncut Version. I think it's an undisputed masterpiece. A movie so entertaining, most people probably don't listen to the message.
Most people probably don't listen to the lyrics.
But they should, because it's not just a great character study, but a sardonic metaphor for 1980s greed and materialism. Hey, Al! Ah!
He also had his fair share of kills. His body count was relatively high too.
But did he do it?
Yeah, exactly. Did he do it?
That's the question.
He do it?
He did it. He did it. He was just going. He's just mad. That's why he saw that thing. The ATM say, "Feed me."
Yeah. Well, and then he shot at the place card and exploded. So there's definitely some parts that were just in his head. I laughed so hard when he left through the spin door, and then he came back and shot the security guy at the desk.
Yeah. You're like, he's safe. Oh, thank goodness. He's like, nah, psych. And he did that on purpose. He didn't just forget. He's like, I'm gonna do this. Watch, I'm gonna okie doke him.
This was also one that was put on our top 10 favorite action performance.
Oh yeah, I mean, have you seen the business card scene? That's the one.
How old does it make y'all feel that he was younger in that movie than we are now?
I know when he does the interview with Willem Dafoe and he says he's like 27. I'm like, geez.
And we'll never look that good.
No.
Speak for yourself,
Philip. I'm not made of good stock. I'm not made of good stock here, man.
I just don't have an eye wart.
They're going for me.
So that's all I got over him. That's all. All right. So we're going to go into our number 8, coming in with 9 points. This is again voted on by the same last two people. This is probably going to be the creepiest horror villain we've talked about. It was Max's number 10, Vitamin J's number 3. This is a character that would come out of the TV screen to kill you after you had watched this movie or video cassette. It is Samara Morgan from The Ring.
And this also applies to what's her name?
Sadako. Yeah, that's
Sadako,
what I put.
It's the same character, but American version versus Japanese. Essentially, they're the same. But it's also really cool. The whole lore behind her, that you watch the video 7 days. It's just so fascinating to me, especially back then when I first saw it. She at the end of the movie, the well shows up on the TV, and just that long. They draw it out of her just crawling towards the TV. I mean, at the time when I watched it, which it was over 20 years ago, but that part where she's crawling out the TV. I know, but the part where she's like that long scene there where she's coming on TV just was really good. And the video that they show is really weird too, Yeah. The cursed video.
It does it pretty well from what's in the book. Yeah, because I'm one of those guys. I've read the books.
Yeah, so. I would say I'm gonna. You can tell me what happens in the book. I have no idea.
I told you, like in the book, that the well does exist, but the ring more represents smallpox virus spreading. Than.
Yeah, whereas in the movie, it's just because that's the amount of sun that came out and through the well.
I'm gonna be honest. I did not know it was a book. I never bothered looking into it.
I'm on the 4th one now, I think.
There's multiple books. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, multiple.
See, sometimes you just wait for the movie,
Yeah, well, I'm glad they didn't do some of what's in the second.
They were really running out of ideas by the second book.
They really did.
Yeah, I'll say, I like the first one. The second one was but
in the second book, it's basically she keeps once the ring virus is in women, they become pregnant and they give birth to their own Sadako, and it kills the host like a parasite. So to basically just a ton of Sadakos keep coming out.
They kind of hinted at that. As
they did
in Rings. Yeah, at the end.
Yeah, they took parts of it.
But my biggest problem with Rings is it abandons the 7-day lore, and she just killed everyone on the plane.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Also, the Ring vs. Grudge movie made it 2 days. It's 2 or 3 days instead of 7. Yeah. Too.
I also loved how that professor's lab area was like a nightclub.
Right.
I know, made that sense.
It was like the biggest professor office I've ever seen.
But as far as Samaria, really, especially, I think that's one of the first Japanese to American movies. Wasn't that one of the first ones?
Yeah, it was the first purely horror one.
Yeah.
Unless you want to count the 90s Godzilla.
No.
Just being introduced to that style of horror was unique, especially at the time. So, and she was the first one, and again, was really creepy. She has she made an impact on me.
And it helped, in terms of the Grudge as well, because that's another good character. It didn't make my list, but
Kayako. She'll never be able to kill me because I'm not tempting a video that people say will kill you after you watch it.
You heard about this videotape that kills you when you watch it? You start to play it, and it's like somebody's nightmare. And as soon as it's over, your phone rings. Someone knows you've watched it, and what they say is, you will die in 7 days.
So the choices are, I don't watch it, I don't die, or watch it and die. Okay, I think I know which one I'm choosing.
Yeah. Even if I don't believe it, I'm not taking the chance.
Yeah, there's no positive. It's not like you die or you get $1 million.
What's interesting in the book is when they do the tape, and at the end it tells you how to reverse it, but in the book teenagers taped over it, so they didn't actually know what it was, because in the book sharing the tape didn't actually save you.
What did save you?
No, it didn't end up saving the people in the book.
But... He said ain't no saving them.
Yeah, no saving them.
They were all done for.
Right, yeah. So that was a good little thing. It explained why no one knew what to actually do to get rid of the curse. At least in the book. But yeah, no, great character. One of my favorites.
Yep.
I'm kind of surprised there was only 2 people who put her on there, since she's such a big horror icon.
I'm gonna be honest, I totally slipped my mind.
Did you spend more than 5 minutes on this list?
I know, right? And I would say you can watch both versions if anybody's interested. Both pretty good. The first Ringer and Ring are it's kind of mostly similar, honestly.
Yeah, I would say essentially it's the same movie. So I think they are both equal quality, like Jacob said. Whereas The Grudge, I think the Japanese
yeah, Ju-on's so much better than Grudge.
I'm going to number 7. It is voted on by the other 2 people.
Oh, finally.
So the mountain can finally talk. It was number 3 by D3 and number 9 by the mountain, coming in with 10 points. It is going to be actually not even human, not an alien, but a creature with shape-shifting powers from 1980s science fiction. It is The Thing.
It's one of the best sci-fi, well, I guess sci-fi horror movies ever. I don't know, I just really like the movie. So
Concept alone is horrifying. It can just take your identity, kill anyone and everyone with these tentacle things.
I'll say every time you think you kill it, it's like morphs into something else.
Well, what
you try to
really
like stab
helps-
it, open its like stomach, mouth, and ate the dude's hands.
yeah.
Clear! Clear! Clear!
Well, I just like the horror of never knowing, like, the person you're talking to is actually the thing.
The practical effects are still good.
Yeah, see that's the thing. Like, this movie wouldn't be nearly as memorable if like it came out like 10 years later with like CGI. Like,
well, they did.
It would still be. Well, they did a remake, but
there's a prequel or something.
Yeah, there's there is the
Norwegian people
2010s or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and no one really talks about that one, but they still talk about this one.
But I agree. That's what I'm saying. The CGI there, it's not memorable.
Yeah.
Originally, they were gonna do practical effects. I think the studio was like, "No, it's probably cheaper to do CGI."
Probably is.
Yeah, it's not good though.
No, it was nowhere near as good. But no, it's just one of those legendary '80s films that still hold up. At least suspense, and the ending. I like the ambiguousness.
Yeah,
of the ending.
I do like that too. And they still won't
How many
ever tell you.
of the movies were there?
Technically 3.
Yeah.
Because there's one in the '50s, but they're all based off the same book, but all a little bit different. Like the one in the '50s was actually like an alien, like a humanoid alien.
Okay.
They loved humanoid aliens in the 50s.
Yeah. Oh, and do you know, like, if you knew Norwegian, it spoiled the movie in the first like 10 minutes?
Oh, because
yeah, the Norwegian people are saying like it's like an alien or something like that.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Because they say it in Norwegian, so people in other countries have no clue what they're saying. But of course, they know what they're saying. It's like, hey, this dude just said it.
It's like, why are you trying to kill a dog? No, they knew what they were doing.
Trust with Norwegians, I guess.
And I said, it was directed by horror icon John Carpenter, so I mean that helps give it some credentials. And plus, you get a very handsome lead in Kurt Russell.
And you know what's
I think
crazy
we all
is
can agree
like
to that.
he's only 74, and you would think he's older.
John Carpenter?
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
I thought he would have been at least 80s at this point.
No, the thing is just it's a thing of beauty.
Wow.
That was good. Yeah, you're impressed. I know.
This guy. All right, we're gonna go into our next one. Coming in at number 6, it was voted on by 3 people: The Mountain, D3, and Max. And with 13 points, this movie came out when we were about 4 or 5. Afterwards, there was a huge crave of these certain masks from this very iconic and very popular movie. It actually also spun parody from it as well. It is Ghostface from Scream.
A big factor in these is also look. Like in wrestling, you got to have the look. Ghostface has a unique look with the mask being based off the painting, the Scream.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like more drawn out, but it's just an iconic look just from the get go. And it doesn't help that the first movie was pretty good too. And
was
even
one of the most shocking kills.
Yeah. You talking about the Drew Barrymore one?
Yeah, he got one of the biggest name stars of the night, Drew Barrymore. She dies in the first 10 minutes. No one expects it, and it sets a tone for the rest of the movie that you don't know what's gonna happen. If they kill the big name, imagine who else they'll kill.
And what also helps is that, again, this is one that has multiple sequels. We're now on the 5th one, and they're going to be making
a TV
another
show.
One. So yeah, so you've seen it over and over again. So that also helps. But also, it's just kind of cool. In each movie, it's a different person, or sometimes multiple people. In every movie, it's multiple people. Yep. So it's just it's kind of cool trying to figure out who it is and all that. The big factor is that the look is really cool and iconic. So that's a big reason why I put them on the list.
Also, I do like what Max said. You got multiple killers, so every single time you watch one of these movies, you're trying to guess who it is. Not just with Scream, but with other movies. And with it having multiple killers, it makes it a little harder to figure out who exactly is the one.
And in the newest one, oh my gosh, that first scene, Ghostface messed.
Yeah.
They messed that girl up at the beginning. Oh my gosh.
Hello.
And the Screams do have some pretty good kills in them.
Yeah.
Well, I think also even watching the trailers, because this one, like, for a while creeped me out to, like, pick up a phone.
Hello.
Why don't you want to talk to me? I only eat popcorn at the movies.
Well, I'm getting ready to watch a video.
Really? What?
Oh, just some scary movie.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Halloween.
You never told me your name.
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
about, like, the whole him on the phone, and, like, that trailer part where he's on the phone, and it's like, I was kind of scared to pick up the phone.
Well, I do like the first one, it's like the early adoption of cell phone use. It's so funny to watch now, like, man, that technology.
Yep. When you kids watch it, you're like, that's what cell phones were like back then? Yep.
I was like, the only one I tried to watch and could not finish was Scream 4. I thought that one was just terrible. I couldn't do it.
That one's not the worst one. The third one is.
No.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen the third one in like a long time.
I don't hate the fourth one like you.
I remember Jake and I tried to watch it, and we both didn't finish it that day. He might have finished it later, but we both could not finish it that day.
I always finish.
Wow.
Not that day. You were not on your game that day.
She doesn't though.
You're leaving that in, right?
Of course.
Of course. And for those who don't know, that Scream was partly inspired by a real serial killer. It was on one of our horror trivias. If it hasn't been out yet, be out on one of the episodes.
Okay.
Tease it,
But
tease
they
that.
didn't wear a mask.
Now I know what to Google.
All right.